So let's go ahead and dig in this morning. Let's talk every Friday. We get together. This is Rob Whitty calling in from Toronto. As I mentioned, we get together every Friday. We talk about Fulvic and some of the impact it can have on our health, on our life. And so welcome. If this is your first time, great to have you with us. If you're returning, great to see you again. I'm going to go ahead and shut my video off so I get a good feed here. Everybody remembers this. I don't know about you. I used to come home from school every day and watch this show, Superman. But Superman had a problem, and that problem was kryptonite. And kryptonite is that alien mineral that has the property of depriving Superman of his powers. So, or if you put it into for us, something that can seriously weaken or harm a particular person or thing. So my question is, what is your health kryptonite? Is there something holding your health back? Is there something that is depriving you of your powers as a human being? What is your health kryptonite? And for a lot of people, what I want to talk about today, I believe this is part of our kryptonite, our health kryptonite. And before I begin, I just want to make note that these statements have not been evaluated by the Food and Drug Administration. This product is not intended to diagnose, treat, cure, or prevent any disease. And so let's go ahead and kick this off. What if there was an amazing breakthrough? I want you to think about this. An amazing breakthrough that scientists have discovered a revolutionary new treatment that makes you live longer. It enhances your memory, makes you more creative. It makes you look more attractive. It keeps you slim, lowers food cravings. It protects you from cancer and dementia. It wards off colds and the flu. It lowers your risk of heart attacks and strokes, not to mention diabetes. You'll even feel happier, less depressed, and less anxious. Are you interested in this breakthrough? Well, I don't know anybody who wouldn't be interested in a breakthrough like this. And today I want to deliver this amazing breakthrough to you so that you can utilize this in your own home for your own health. And what we're going to talk about today is really defragmenting ourselves in a lot of ways. Imagine a computer that you never defragment, that you never clean up. What happens? It begins to bog down and run a lot slower. Have you ever had that happen? I know I do a lot of work on computers in the sense of graphics and video and things. And after a little while, if you're not clearing the cache and sometimes restarting your computer really begins to bog down and really slow down. In much the same way, sleep deprivation is just like that. You've noticed that if you've got a bad night's sleep, if you've had a bad night's sleep, you feel sluggish, heavy, and slow, as though you're trying to walk through syrup sometimes. You're clumsy. Sometimes if I haven't had a good night's sleep, I'm dropping things, banging into things. You're clumsy, confused, and nothing seems to go right. That's with sleep deprivation. Matthew Walker, who's the professor of neuroscience and the founder and director of the Center for Human Sleep Sciences in the University of California, Berkeley, he says, if we all slept enough, think about this, our healthcare burden would plummet. We would have better mental health, fewer suicides. Our business would be more productive. Global economies would be healthier. Our roads would be safer, and our children would be smarter. Sleep is the very best health insurance policy you could ever wish for. Pretty amazing. And so the amazing breakthrough is the discovery of sleep. This is Mother Nature's reset. Matthew wrote a book called Why We Sleep. And he said, emerging from this research, tens of thousands of research papers done on sleep, is an unequivocal message. Sleep is the single most effective thing we can do to reset our brain and body health each day. It's Mother Nature's best effort yet at contra death. And so, when we think about this emerging research and the ability for us to defragment our brains and our bodies, really reset for our health. And what's the consequences of not getting enough sleep? 2/3 of adults throughout all developed nations fail to obtain the recommended 8 hours of nightly sleep. I doubt you're surprised at the fact, but you may be surprised at the consequences. Routinely sleeping less than 6 or 7 hours a night, listen, demolishes your immune system and more than doubles your risk of cancer. I think that's pretty shocking, this research that he's done, and that's all based on your sleep pattern. So getting a good night's sleep, an ongoing lack of sleep or poor quality sleep increases your risk of health problems like cardiovascular disease, high blood pressure, diabetes, depression, and obesity. They're also linked to memory problems, forgetfulness, and more falls or accident. Pretty wild. Adults who sleep for less than 7 hours a night are more likely to report suffering from asthma, cancer, and diabetes. Lack of sleep can affect your memory as sleep triggers changes in the brain that solidifies memories. Matter of fact, if you don't get into a deep sleep, it's hard for those long-term memories to process. People who sleep less than 7 hours each night are 12% more likely to die prematurely. And this is a fun one. Researchers found that sleeping with your socks on can increase your ability to reach an orgasm. So there's definite benefits. I don't know if you've tried sleeping with your socks on or not, but sleep is really important. 6 to 7 hours. If we routinely get less than 6 or 7 hours of sleep, we double our risk of cancer. I want you to think about that. Less than 6 or 7 hours of sleep, we double our risk of cancer. It's shocking, I know. And think about this. There are more heart attacks and traffic accidents. They spike the day after we spring forward. When we spring, we spring ahead and we fall back. When we spring ahead, heart attack, they've tracked this. Heart attacks and traffic accidents literally spike the day we spring forward. And in contradistinction to that, we get a similar decline in the fall when we fall back. So just that extra hour of sleep makes a huge difference in our ability to function. And most people are today functioning with too little sleep. Matter of fact, sleep has almost been frowned upon. We think about success is like success where you don't want to go to sleep. You try to work, 18 hours a day or something, and it's extremely detrimental to our health. I like what Thomas Dekker said. He said, sleep is the golden chain that ties our health and our bodies together. Getting enough sleep and deep sleep every night over the course of 3 to 5 years, lack of sleep can actually shrink your brain. So you want to get clear thinking. You want that brain to remain the same size. You want to make sure you get enough sleep. So what has all this got to do with Fulvic? Well, you see it when John does a presentation on Thursday nights. One of the key components of mineral deficiency, one of the key aspects of mineral deficiency is insomnia. Minerals can be crucial when you're trying to regulate your sleep cycle. Mineral deficiency can lead to insomnia. Brenda and I, my wife and I, noticed this when we first started on Black Oxygen. I noticed the first night I took it, I had a real clarity of thinking myself and more energy. But what I noticed, I began to sleep deeper. I began to notice enhanced sleep. And so I believe I was mineral deficient, even though I had been taking different mineral supplements for decades. Many of them I found out later were just crushed up rock and weren't really being digested into the system. But Fulvic has the ability to quickly get into our systems. And, I've since done different health checks and found that my mineral level is now actually optimal. But one of the first, kind of results of taking black oxygen for me was for me and for many others is that deep sleep, sleeping better. And so when we're mineral deficient, as so many people are, it can definitely lead to sleep deprivation. So I just want to put a couple of little studies here that were done. I apologize, it looks like the top half's cut off there. Over 50% of hospital patients treated with humic acid for various chronic diseases noticed they were able to sleep more relaxed. A hospital study in China showed that elderly patients 60 to 90 years old, when treated with Fulvic, regained appetite. Here it is, slept better, became more energetic. And other hospital studies coming from India show that fulvic acids are considered to be a powerful anti-aging therapy that also able to help with symptoms of dementia. Now, what I want to focus on is these studies, these hospital studies, and the ability to sleep better. And I think when we talk about Fulvic, we're talking about minerals, and a deficiency of minerals definitely affects our sleep pattern. And so when we're able to bring those mineral levels up, we're going to experience better sleep. There's a sacredness to sleep. Think about it. There's a circadian rhythm, the rhythm of the universe that we want to be involved in. And one of the things that I noticed, I did a lot of traveling around the world in my younger days, and you go to certain cultures where, unlike America, when it gets dark, everybody goes to bed. Even when Brenda and I went down to Costa Rica there with Jeff and Helen for a while, staying down there, it's like the lights go out or the sun goes down, everybody goes to bed, and then of course everybody's up when the roosters crow at 4:30, 5 o'clock in the morning, everybody's up. There's a certain circadian rhythm to the universe, and unfortunately we got so much light now in our world that many people are out of sync. And so I want to encourage you to explore the sacredness of sleep and making sure that you set enough time apart to enjoy this powerful health regime, and the ability to reset our bodies, to defragment our mind, to clear the toxins. They talk about sleeping, be able to clear toxins from our brain. There are so many different benefits to sleep that we need to really focus on. We talk about, the trinity of health is like the exercise, good nutrition, and sleep. And probably the most important out of that is sleep, believe it or not, even above good nutrition. So many people are focused on getting the right nutrition, but they don't have the right foundation of sleep and rest in their life. And so I want to encourage you to get your 7 hours, decrease your chances of developing diabetes and other serious illnesses by getting the right sleep. And we haven't really been taught this a lot in North America, the power of sleep and its ability to heal and to help us function more productively, to think clearer and produce better results in our life. And that's what sleep has to do with us. And even though we're superheroes and we talk about kryptonite, even superheroes need their sleep. And we think about the animals birds, you know that birds sleep usually with one eye open. They let the other side of their, one side of their brain sleeps while they keep the other eye open, watching for predators. And if you've ever seen birds on a wire, a lot of times the two end birds will have the one eye open. The ones in between will be able to rest their brain entirely by closing both eyes. But traditionally, most animals sleep with one eye open, and it allows one half of the brain to rest, and then they change eyes and let the other side rest, always being alert to predators. So even us as humans, we superheroes need sleep, and I want to encourage you to mineral up, to get those minerals in you so that that mineral deficiency that may be causing insomnia no longer exists. So we want to encourage people in our family, the people we care about, the people we love, to get themselves up to speed and get away from this kryptonite that can weaken or harm us from producing and experience the best life ever. So even in the jungle, they sleep. And I've got a song for you today as we finish off. But I'm going to make a dedication. I don't know about you, but I'm going to dedicate myself to making sure I'm getting a great night's sleep. I want to encourage, myself to go to bed a little bit earlier, maybe. Turn off the computer a little bit earlier. Get some rest and enjoy that experience of sleep, and know that your body is healing and you're bringing life, health, and vitality to your body. And so when we're in the jungle, I always like to finish off with a song. Or maybe I'll do this one instead. I had two songs here tonight, but I this morning, and I think I'll shoot for this one. And when you do sleep, it works out to be a great, great morning. You feel great in the morning. You feel refreshed. And I think that's what it's all about, is to be able to revitalize ourselves and experience great, great health.